Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel as always. So in today's video I wanted to try something a little bit more monochromatic and also to kind of show you guys that you don't have to use products that are only labeled as like blush or contour powder. You can actually use them as eyeshadows. So fun fact, the eyeshadow that I used, not all of them, but one of them, I actually started with a blush as a base. So, if you guys want to know how I did this, then go ahead and keep on watching. First thing I'm going to do is just prep my eyelids. So this is actually a blush I'm using. It's by Becca called Snapdragon. And I'm going to focus this mainly in the crease area. And I'm going to also bring it up, out to the outer corner. This is going to be kind of like our diffuser shade. And I always like to sometimes bring it down, even though we're going to be applying a darker color, just so that way I can see the shape that I'm working with. And I bring it pretty far out into the temples. Alright, so now that I have the first color on, I'm going to start working on the outer corner and taking the Alyssa Edwards by Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I'm going to be using these two colors. And I'm just dipping between both colors just kind of evenly, and I'm going to slowly start kind of building this up. You guys can see I always bring my outer V shape more at an angle instead of just stopping it vertically. I'm not too worried about the eyelid itself because we're going to add gold on top. So just going back and forth and slowly, like I said, just kind of working this from down here up a little bit higher. And going back in with that first color. So the next product that I'm using, it's by P. Louise. It's called Hooked Up, and it's like a metallic base. I don't know if I'm using it wrong because I was struggling really bad on this eye, like it just wouldn't stick. But I'm going to use it again just because I don't want like the gold on this eye to be different from this eye. So we're just gonna work with it. I tried it with a brush. I'll show you guys. This is a synthetic hair, so it does work well with creams, but it almost is like, it's just like coagulating. Of course, now it's working beautifully on this eye. Maybe it's because it's new. I've never actually used it yet. But it almost seems like it's kind of lifting the eyeshadow underneath it a little bit. So I'm just going to go in with my finger. I originally was going to do kind of like a cut crease, but you can see it's very blotchy. But whatever, eyeshadow should help. So for the first layer of eyeshadows, I'm going to take the Huda Beauty Neon palette. So I'm just going to apply this all over where we applied that gold. And I'm just kind of tapping it on, pressing it so we don't lift up any of the eyeshadow below. And then to help kind of get rid of this line, I'm just going to take a very small fluffy brush and pick up more of that gold and just slowly do little tiny circles to kind of buff that out. And then I can also go back in with that first shadow we used, the blush, and just kind of go on top of that. So now I am going to go back in with the Alyssa Edwards palette and just deepen this outer V just a little bit more and kind of bring it more on the lash line. And then using the smaller brush, bringing it down on the lower lash line, and going back in with the blush. Then for the inner corner, going back in with the Alyssa Edwards palette, I'm just going to take this gold right here. And again, just taking a very small fluffy brush, I'm just going to pop that right in the inner corner. And then also kind of drag that up and out. Okay, so here's the finished eyeshadow. I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeliner, eyebrows, all that stuff off camera, and I will be back with the finished result. Alright you guys, and here is the final and finished look. What I basically wanted to show you guys with this look is that you can pretty much use any powder as anything. So for example, I used the blush for eyeshadow. So don't be afraid to definitely experiment with different types of makeup. You know, powders are powders, creams are creams, liquids are liquids. You can, just because, you know, one object is labeled a blush doesn't mean you can't use it for eyeshadow. Plus, you know, spring is finally somewhat around the corner, and here in Chicago it's been so cold, so we're finally starting to get a little bit more warmer weather, so I figured I would just do like a fun little spring look and something just a little monochromatic. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'll put all the products that I use as usual down below in the description box along with all of my social media. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that. I also did a review on my face because I actually reviewed the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. So, and I wore it for about 5 to 6 hours. So, did it work? Did it not? I don't know. I'll put the link down below or I'll put it somewhere here. I'm not sure which video I'm going to upload first. Probably that one and then this one. So either way, I'll have the links to both somewhere. So thank you guys again for watching and until the next one, bye!